wanna make it better on my own.
What is up, guys? My name is Oliver and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video, because in today's video I'm going to talk about what's it like living in a storage unit. And I know I've already done a pros and cons video, but I thought, well, why not do a what's it like kind of video? I can show you kind of a routine sort of thing if that's what you're interested in. And yeah, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to turn these off because this is just really noisy. And we'll open this door. Sensors are just turned on, so we should have a better light when the door is open. Let's just stick a bit of wood. I've got my skateboard up there at the moment. Stick a bit of wood, just, I don't know, here to make sure the door don't swing closed. Yeah. Okay, so every evening actually starts out here, and it starts with me coming in the building, and I go over here and I unlock the unit and I put the other one on it like this, you see? So if people walk past, it looks closed. Clever, isn't it? Yeah, I know, right? And after I've done that, I walk into my humble abode of a mess. Now there's lots of different things in this unit, you know. I've got my skateboard, which was hung up on a bit of wood. I've also got my nice little dandy hairbrush because, well, my hair isn't the best. And, we've got like all the plugs on the wall there, and like the coat rack, and of course the lighting, which I've had this like this for a while now. It's just annoying down, so might tape it up at some point. It's just a bit annoying, but yeah. In the storage unit, of course, I've got my battery over there, and then I've got my fridge here. Nothing in the fridge at the moment. As well as down here, the bed is a mess because I've practically just climbed out of it. Like usual, I have a book there about starting a home business for dummies, which I do read. It's just, there's so much, so I sometimes read it and sometimes don't. But yeah, I tried teaching I tried making myself read a bit more, and it kind of worked, I guess. But yeah. Under here is just a lot of mess, so we'll skip all that. There's nothing really special under there, it's just stuff I own. Oh, and I've got a broom here for sweeping. But the point of this video is really, what is it like living in here, living in a storage unit? It's interesting. And saying it's interesting doesn't really cut it, in my opinion. No, I think I need to go into a bit more depth for you guys. Why is it interesting living in a storage unit? Well, in this one, for instance, there's a radio outside, so I guess I never have to listen to the radio. It just gets really annoying with music. Yeah. It's also interesting because it's the, you know, electricity. You see these lights, all comes from a battery, okay? That's an interesting setup because you've got to sort out and you've got to make sure you've got enough power to be able to power everything you use. And that's why I actually have a battery pack. I think it's in my pocket, in my coat. Yeah, it is. I have a battery pack with one of my cables on it, because that is what I use for electricity, just so it's a lot quieter in the night. Looks a bit strange, but it's just better than just this dangly, flippily, floppily thing. But I don't actually mind this dangling. Like, yeah, it probably could be stuck on the wall, but I mean, that wasn't as bad as just that. That thing just annoyed me. At least this kind of looks okay. I guess what it is like living in a storage unit is it's stressful. It is stressful because I don't know when I'll be caught, because I might be caught. I wasn't caught when I lived in a storage unit last year, and I haven't been caught yet, like properly. It's stressful because I have to make sure I'm up in time, and I have to make sure that I get here before it's too late at night, because there is actually a gap that I cannot use the storage unit, which I haven't actually mentioned to you guys at all. I can't use the storage unit between 11 PM and 5 AM, so I have to make sure I'm in the building in that time, otherwise alarms and stuff will go off. Which I guess is annoying, especially when you need the toilet or something stupid like that. So yeah, it is a very, very stressful experience, and I've just realised that this is fallen down. That was up there before. Oh well, I guess. No well. But living in a storage unit can be so fun sometimes. And I mean fun as in, it's unique, you know? It is different. And as well as it being different, you can have friends over. And I have had people come and visit me in my storage unit, in my diddy little space, because I want to. To some circumstances, I don't treat it like a storage unit, but I do treat it like, I don't know, a studio apartment, I guess. You know, it is a mess. Don't get me wrong, it is a mess, because that is how I live. This is just how I live, and I can't really explain that. Because at the end of the day, I am only 19 years old, and well, not every 19-year-old is the cleanest of people. I'm certainly not. I've got a bag of bloody rubbish down here, you know? It's just, yeah. I have people come over and visit when I can. I've had a few people come over to the storage unit because I can, and those people don't always want to be on camera. And yes, the visits are usually for something simple like, oh, I just need to grab something from the storage unit on a night out, or something like that. But I've also had a takeaway in the storage unit with a friend, so that went well. At 19 years old, you expect some people to usually live with their parents or have their own place, and I guess this is my sort of place. You know, sometimes I do wish I had a proper conventional place, but this is what I've got for now, and this is doing me for now. Yes, it is theoretically homelessness, and yes, I have been homeless since I was 17 years old, if you really want to go into context on that. But I feel I'm doing what I can, and I do what I do because I enjoy being me. This is a majorly fun experience. What is it like living in a storage unit? It's an adventure, because I get to experience things you guys don't, and sure, I don't have heating. And yes, it does get cold at night, and yes, my nose does freeze. But that doesn't mean jack when I have experiences to share with everyone. Living in a storage unit makes it cheaper for me to travel, because I don't have to worry about an electric bill, a water bill, or gas. And that is good and bad. I've got a very carefree life for a 19-year-old, and I don't want it to stop to an extent. I do sometimes, but most of the time I don't. Sure, I don't have a mirror, and you know what, I'm not even the most attractive of people. You know, I'm sure if, I don't know, if you're like 15, 16 years old watching these videos and you're going, well, there's this popular person at my school, blah blah blah, you're one of those people who has popular people at your school, because everyone does. If you could picture a popular person living like this, people are like, oh, that's so cool. But I'm not an attractive person, I was never popular at school. And to me, I think this is pretty cool. He's just a bum. His parents are paying for this. His mum still buys his trousers. None of that's true. I don't have help from parents financially at all. I have to sort myself out, and quite frankly, I enjoy it. I enjoy having the ability to travel, but then again, living in a storage unit has also helped build a relationship between me and my parents back. There wasn't a relationship for a while between me and my parents, and do you know what? To an extent, I will still say there isn't. There isn't a father-son relationship between me and my dad, but me and my mum actually have a lot more in common than I once thought. I get to see some of my siblings enough that I enjoy to see them, but not enough that I have a chance to miss them, rather than us getting on each other's toes and under each other's feet. Yeah, you could be 19 years old, 20, 21, 22 years old, or whatever, and you could be living with your parents because that's fair enough. But I'm not you. I haven't had some luxuries. My mummy and daddy aren't rich people who bought my first car. No, I paid for my own driving lessons and bought my own car. In fact, my parents wouldn't even view cars with me. That had to get someone else to do it with me. My parents don't know the location of this storage unit, and quite frankly, I don't think they will know, because I don't need them to know at all. Sure, it is sad to an extent, right? Because I live in a storage unit, and it can't be the most exciting of things. It's metal walls, which are always cold. And this one is a lot colder than my previous storage unit. The previous one had electricity and had a radiator. This doesn't. No radiator at all. So what is it like living in a storage unit? Well, I can tell you my experiences about living in a storage unit, but I can't tell you whether you guys should try it out or not. I can't really tell you what it's like living in a storage unit, because things that I hate you might like, and things you like I might detest with a passion. I do hope to one day possibly be some sort of financially stable person, maybe with a couple of houses which I can rent out. But right now in my life, I'm 19 years old, and I live in a storage unit. And you probably don't live in a storage unit. Do you know what? You might have lived in a storage unit, but you probably haven't. And if you have done, that's pretty cool, because at least I have someone to share some stories with. Stories about almost being caught in the storage unit. Stories about attempted break-ins from when I was 18 years old and living in a storage unit. A lot of you guys might even think, do you know what, Oliver, you're actually pretty stupid doing this. And do you know what, to an extent, I kind of agree. But when you look at the rent for this in comparison to a room in a shared house, which I have also lived in, I can live here for 3 months the same I could have lived in a room in a shared house for 1 month. I know the area my parents is from, where the shared room was expensive. This area is also expensive. In fact, the whole south of England, like from, I know, Eastbourne to Cornwall, that whole area is rampacked expensive. I assume it's something to do with the connection to London. So, living in a storage unit, what is it like? It's an adventure. That's what it's like. It's stressful because of times that I can be here and can't be here and I can't miss the slots. Then again, I know 20-year-olds out there who wish for their own space but can't afford to, and they live with their parents, and that's a bit annoying when they want their own space. I'm a year younger and I've got my own space. Yes, it might be a storage unit, but it works, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure I've got electricity, there's a toilet on property, and I have a way to shower. I get my food from the shops, and I have a skateboard as transport. For me, it's a win-win. But yes, guys, thank you for watching this video, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hope you guys can click the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you were new, so we can get to, what subscribers am I on before I upload this? 10,000? So, help me to 11,000, guys. I'd love to hit 11,000 one day. But until next time, guys, adios my mis amigos, and I shall see you guys all in the next video, which will be up probably soon. Goodbye.
Chill out, what you yelling for? Lay back, it's all been done before. And if you could only let it be, you would see I like you the way you are. When we're driving in your car and you're talking to me one-on-one, that you become somebody else, grab everyone else. You're watching your back like you can't relax. You're trying to be cool, you look like a fool to me.